So for today's video, we have Boosie in the office for y'all today, man. So technically, last night Boosie went to a almost deadly situation in Atlanta. He was staged in Atlanta, and some other rapper was alongside with him. Get to a big fight on stage, whether gun shooting involving in the situation. They almost killed Boosie, but technically Boosie was defending himself and throwing some punches as well. And then some other rappers were shooting at each other. Like, the event was terrible. The event was so dangerous that people started running and screaming because there was so much fight going on stage and stuff. As you guys can see here,
you better bring his ass back out here.
Listen, I just want you to know shit. What happened? They just started wrecking.
So it says that the event almost turned deadly, which it was turning deadly because it was really bad. It got worse and worse and worse. So without further ado, for today's video, I'm going to talk about his why Boosie fight at the Legends of the Streets tour almost turned deadly. So without further ado, before I get to this video, just subscribe, comment down below which lecture should I react to, and turn on the music I'm posting. And without further ado, this video is
Let's get right to it. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about Boosie. Now, Boosie was in Atlanta, and he was there for a concert. It's like this big tour they got going on with a whole bunch of legends in hip-hop.
Which Boosie, he's from Atlanta.
When Boosie got on stage and started wrecking the show, man, I'm talking about really getting the crowd going, a fight erupted, man. It looks like a brawl took place. It involved Boosie. It involved his security, man, and it continued for a while before the whole thing was shut down. Now, this is a crazy story.
Shut down,
before
man.
we get to these
that happened to last night.
The specifics, do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And, man, let's get it. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, man, let's talk about this whole Boosie situation at the Legends of the Streets tour. Now,
yeah, the Legends of the Streets tour. That's the event.
There's a tour going on.
That's the event they were supposed to involve in. I don't think other rappers were
even related to, say, the streets.
Singing because
the artists who had
records
back in the day, say like the 2000s, the late 2000s to the early 2010s, who took off talking that street stuff. You got Rick Ross, you got Boosie, you got Trina, you got 2 Chainz, you got Jeezy, you got Gucci Mane.
They're all then participating in it because the thing went crazy.
And it kicked off like in Augusta. It was their first tour date and a second show. This is their second show. You know, they got Boosie on stage, and it's in Atlanta. Now, Atlanta is definitely one of the biggest homes of hip hop, right? And a lot of those artists have big followings still to this day in Atlanta, or even live in Atlanta, right? So you would think it would be all love at the Atlanta show, but no. Once Boosie got on stage and started to hit him with the Wipe Me Down, the crowd went crazy. And next thing you know, a whole brawl went out, man. Everybody started fighting. People were jumping on the stage, rushing the stage, trying to fight. It was a fight that carried on behind the stage. But man,
I feel like they all know that would happen. That's the whole shit. As you can see, this is Boosie. That's Boosie right there. There's gun shooting and shit. They take it outside, bro.
Now, as you can see from those clips right there, that man, it went crazy, man.
This is so embarrassed, bro.
On the stage, rushing the stage. You had Boosie and his personal security, rushing the stage. You had some dudes jumping from the front row into the crowd, or onto the stage, and it looked like Boosie's crew and those dudes were mixing it up. Now, I'm not sure what kicked this off, what started it, and literally, Boosie was only performing Wipe Me Down before it happened, you know what I mean? So I have no clue what could have caused all this, man. But it didn't end there, man.
Oh,
there was even more
crazy.
after they were escorted off stage, man. It looked like it continued.
It kept going? Boosie, relax. Yo. This turns to the baddest freaking events ever,
It
bro.
looks like Boosie is in the red jacket, and it looks like he's still backstage throwing those hands, at least trying to defend himself. We'll
Keep it that way,
that, right?
honestly, bro. Because I don't think, you know
what
what I'm
prompted
saying?
those guys to jump on stage?
I don't think
What
he's
prompted
defensive, so like, I don't
to
know.
start swinging with these dudes allegedly. I don't know what took place, but it ain't good, man. It ain't good. It looks pretty wild. Now, what's crazy about this is I think Boosie was like one of the first performing acts or something like that. So they had to shut the whole event down.
The whole
I'm
freaking
not
event,
sure if
man.
everybody even got to see the whole card or everybody who was scheduled to perform. Now,
yeah.
this tour
Yo.
is set to hit a lot of dates, man. It's got a lot of different cities that it's going to across the country. And hopefully, this is the last time there's any type of function. But when you got this many rappers together, you don't know what's going on, man. It could be anything. This could be a situation where Boosie had a problem with a dude who is from Atlanta. Because remember, Boosie lives in Atlanta. He lives in the Atlanta metro area.
So you're expecting
know what I mean? That's where
love
he
from
has
these
his houses,
people,
where he
man.
has his parties. But he's gone on record to say in the past, he's been embraced by Atlanta. Atlanta loves him. He has a good time every time he goes out somewhere. He's treated well. All that. Like, there's never any problems. And Atlanta seems to be one of those cities where most rappers, you know, it's up until recently, they could have a good time. I'm not going to front, man. Atlanta didn't have its crime problems in the last year and a half. I don't know what's going on, man. I know it's going crazy for a while. It's been going crazy out there. But, man, as this tour starts to keep rolling, man, and they start hitting more dates in the South or whatever, you're going to see more footage and things are going on. This ought to be an interesting mix because...
Like, honestly, man, that was the freaking deadly event I've ever freaking seen. Like, yo, this is crazy. There's some other rappers that, like, put their events in Atlanta. None of this never happened. But when it's Boosie, some shit always go down. Some shit always go down, man. Like, oh, you know these niggas are, like, here for some cloud and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, pretty much all of these niggas are, like, for clouds and shit. You never know. I don't know, man, but without further ado, man, before I end this video, make sure you guys subscribe, comment down below which wish I way to and turn on your videos and I'm posting. And without further ado, that's gonna be the end of the video. I'm gonna catch you guys next time. You guys gonna catch me next one. I'm out.